Whoever is in front of that truck will be non-existent. Hi, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. We're doing a reaction video on some 6 most disturbing trends of all time.
Oh yeah, I might not even be able to sleep tonight, bro. Who knows?
Yeah.
Angel of Death Challenge. On June 3rd, 2022, an 18-year-old teen tragically passed away after falling in front of a truck in Tangerang, Indonesia. However, what made this particular incident
before anything happens, rest in peace.
Didn't stand out among the dozens of traffic-related deaths on Indonesian roads every day was that this was not an accident. Instead, this was the result of one of the most disturbing internet trends that was sweeping the country during this time. It had actually started back in 2021, but exploded in popularity in mid-2022. The trend was called the Malaikat Maut Challenge, or the Angel of Death Challenge in English. It involved TikTokers, mainly teenagers, playing a game with oncoming traffic, particularly loaded trucks. Their goal
I've heard some pretty crazy stuff.
Just one thing I've learned, I'm not even driving yet. Just one thing I learned, you do not be close to those trucks, bro. Whether you are driving, whether you are walking, whether you are biking.
Bro, something about those trucks, you don't even have to drive a truck to know this. You know how heavy that thing is? Realistically, for that truck to brake, it takes a minute. So, like, by the time you're able to brake, whoever's in front of that truck is cooked, bro. Like, I mean, my dad actually owns a truck, like a pickup truck. But it's different, you know, when you drive a car, but when you drive a truck, it's different because you got to actually calculate the distance. Like, let's say you got to start braking like 10 seconds before you actually get there. Because if you just, it's not the same as a car. You're going to hit the car if you don't brake. So I can see how this is going to go horribly wrong.
And there's people that try to cut off these semi-trucks. They try to literally go in front of them and cut them off.
Busy street in front of a truck, hope it stops before hitting them without flinching, and post the video of the stunt online. But completing this dangerous challenge successfully was a lot harder than many of its unfortunate participants realized. Most of them jumped onto the road as the truck got extremely close, giving the driver virtually no time to notice them and apply the brakes. But even when drivers had enough time to see the kids performing these stunts, they still couldn't slow down in time to prevent tragedy. Trucks usually carry heavy cargo, and that weight doesn't stop on a dime. The heavier the load, the longer the braking distance, sometimes stretching dozens of meters even after the brakes are fully pressed.
Whoever is in front of that truck will be non-existent. Again, rest in peace.
Even getting hit by a truck in a car, they're just cooked, bro.
Yeah, either way. But it's... Oh my god, dude.
Longer the braking distance, sometimes stretching dozens of meters even after the brakes are fully pressed. So by the time the drivers reacted, it was already too late. Not to mention the fact that this trend was also putting the truck drivers at risk, both physically and psychologically. For one of these cases, involving a 14-year-old participating in this challenge, the driver fled the scene, likely out of fear of facing criminal charges. If he had instead stopped and cooperated, the footage the teenager's friends captured for TikTok would have proven his innocence. But by running away, he turned himself into a hit-and-run suspect, potentially jeopardizing his job and even his freedom depending on the charges he received. Okay, let's talk about this. He ran away, but the things, you don't blame him though. It's that situation where you kill somebody. Look, even, for example, in the United States, you unfortunately have to end somebody's life for self-defense, right? But if that weapon is illegal, you know how that proceeding will go. We don't know how this country is. We don't know how their court system is. It could be worse than over here, for all we know.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, he did hit a kid, and he was probably like, yo, like, I just ruined my life. Like, you know, the first thing that probably came to his mind, I have to get out of here. And unfortunately, that wasn't the best thing to do in this situation. But I don't think that he's going to get in any trouble. Like, even though he fled the scene, that looks bad on him. But I don't think he should be getting in any, like, much trouble. Because, I mean, there's literal proof that the kid got in front of the truck on purpose, so...
Yeah, I mean, I do see how it would look bad for him, but ultimately, he is in the right, unfortunately.
Following the incident in Tangerang, Indonesian police acted quickly to prevent further tragedies. They managed to stop 14 more kids from attempting the same dangerous stunt that very day and continued to monitor the city over the upcoming months. However, the attempts in Tangerang, Indonesia were only a small part of the global trend that cost several lives and left many others with life-altering injuries over the next year. Thankfully, TikTok eventually stepped in and removed all content related to the Angel of Death challenge. And since social media validation was the main reason participants took part in this dangerous trend, the platform's ban caused it to gradually fade into obscurity.
I've always thought that these challenges were always started by some sick people. There is no way that the person who created this is alive and is well in the head.
You know what's funny about this? You don't really hear about these challenges until you see them in videos like this. Because, like, I've never been scrolling through TikTok or something and casually see someone doing something stupid like this. I don't know. Like, maybe they just get patched so quick that not many people are able to see it. But, like, that's me, though. I don't know about you.
I mean, look, it was in a different country, so maybe that's why. But I do get your point with every other challenge, that Tide Pod challenge, all that. I do get that. I do understand why they would also take it down, because there are idiots that would like to copy them. People see, people do. Monkey see, monkey do.
Happy slapping. On the 21st of January 2005, the Tez magazine in the UK reported on a new trend spreading rapidly across the country, something they referred to as happy slapping. Contrary to its name, however, the trend was anything but happy. In essence, it involved people, often young adults or teenagers, going up to a random person, slapping them, recording their shocked reaction, and then sharing that video with others.
The fuck?
Personal camcorders.
Bro.
That's one way to get sized up real quick, bro.
Me personally, if someone comes up to me and slaps me, dog, bro.
You never know what anybody's carrying with them, bro. You don't know who. You
bro,
don't know
I mean,
somebody's...
at that point, that is the most stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life, bro. Like, do these people not know? Like, as soon as their fingers touch the person's face, they have the right to up whatever and end you right there, bro. It's like over for you.
Obviously, they can't kill you, but they have the right to beat your ass. They have the right to beat your ass.
Personal camcorders and phones with cameras were becoming a lot more accessible during this time, allowing the attackers to record their crime and share it as something funny. These happy slapping videos were shared all over the internet for the whole world to see.
Oh, so wait, it's a disturbing internet trend. So it's not even... I don't think he's even gonna talk about people that got slapped or the... I think he's gonna talk about somebody that retaliated.
Like it went bad type shit.
Yeah, like brand gone wrong.
As for how this trend initially started, some reports from the time linked them to violent TV shows like Jackass and Dirty Sanchez. A big difference between these shows and the happy slapping videos, however, was that everyone on TV consented to enduring the pain on camera. The people filming happy slapping videos, on the other hand, usually targeted complete strangers and bystanders,
innocent
what
people
they perceived as social clout. As a media expert from that time explained it, what we see the kids watching these shows doing is thinking, well, maybe I could stage my own scenes of pain and humiliation along these lines. Then with happy slapping, people are drawn in as random victims rather than the kind of voluntary performances we get in the shows that are being copied. I think happy slapping has become a shortcut in the eyes of the slappers to fame and notoriety among the people who see the images circulated on the web or sent to them via their mobile phones. And while that was already bad enough on its own, things quickly took an even darker turn. As time went on, the recordings became increasingly violent, likely in an effort to outdo one another and stand out in the sea of dozens, if not hundreds of similar videos. Things went from humiliating but physically harmless slaps to coordinated attacks resulting in permanent injuries. One of the worst cases of this happened on August 31st, 2009 in South London. A 67-year-old retired care worker named Ekram Haq left the mosque on Church Lane in Tooting, England after the evening prayer, where he was then approached by two boys, 15-year-old Lazai and 16-year-old Leon Elcock, wanting to make a happy slapping video. Things quickly spiraled out of control.
I'm sorry, bro. Their face is looking weird.
But yeah, they do look very weird. Now, the fact that they have mug shots of each other doesn't really tell me this is gonna go very right.
Leon Elcock wanting to make a happy slapping video. Things quickly spiraled out of control as neither of them held back, resulting in Ekram passing away a week later from a severe head injury he received during the incident. The two were eventually—
Whoa, I'm so confused. Wait, hold on. Wait,
hold on. So they jumped the guy. I mean, there's no way from a slap someone fucking dies like that, bro. They just full on jumped that dude. There's no way.
It was an excuse to kill him.
Slapping video. Things quickly spiraled out of control as neither of them held back, resulting in Ekram passing away a week later from a severe head injury he received during the incident. The two were eventually identified and arrested after police reviewed CCTV footage from a nearby camera. Both pled guilty to manslaughter, with Leon receiving a 4.5-year sentence and Hamza sentenced to 3.5 years in prison. The happy slapping trend as a whole eventually faded away after the UK and the surrounding countries started treating it as a significant threat to public.
That's the sentence they get for murder?
4 or 5 years? Is that what he said?
He said 3 to 4 years. I'm pretty sure. Bro, that's a slap on the wrist for a murder charge, bro. That's like... This is why this type of shit keeps happening, bro, because they don't actually have consequences for the acts.
Yeah, and they don't care. You watch documentaries about people in other countries, and then they ask them, they're like, oh, why do you do this? Because they don't do nothing about it.
Safety, with France even criminalizing it and giving...
Not even in other countries. Like the UK, here in the United States, people be doing crazy stuff. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's not any better.
Punishment of up to 5 years in prison. Skullbreaker challenge.
Yo, that just sounds like disturbing by the name, bro. Like happy slapping and the other bullshit, bro. That just sounds like you feel me?
The angel of death.
This is crazy. Skullbreaker challenge. What the fuck? I hope it's not literal, like what it actually is, bro.
Skullbreaker challenge. On February 14th, 2020, 12-year-old Parker Smith was invited by his friends to film what seemed like...
No, bro. Stop.
It's a little kid, bro. It hits way different when it's a little kid, bro. When it's like such a young, like, soul.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. When it comes to anybody else, like, it's like, okay, you kind of had the mental.
It's still bad. It's still bad, but like.
No, obviously I'm not making it. I'm not trying to make it better. I'm just saying.
I know, but like, yeah, it's completely different.
Damn, bro.
A harmless jumping contest with them. He agreed and on camera jumped the highest he could, but instead of landing safely on his feet, he fell backward and fractured his right arm. He was rushed to the hospital immediately and fortunately made a full recovery over the following weeks. However, what seemed like a simple accident turned out to be part of a disturbing internet trend his two friends were attempting to recreate. The so-called skull...
Thank God, bro. No, look, not thank God he broke his arm, but...
Oh God! Like, thank God he didn't break his skull, bro.
Holy
I'm not gonna lie. When this dude said that he jumped and landed, like, bro, I thought he was gonna for sure say like he fucking cracked his
head.
Yeah.
Breaker challenge required 3 people to stand in a line and somehow convince the person in the middle to jump. As soon as they did, the 2 on the outside swept the legs of the one in the middle, who was usually unaware of what was about to happen. This caused them to fall back, usually on their head, which is where the trend got its name from.
They did this.
It started earlier that year after a video of...
Not exactly like this, but they did this to me once. There was like 2 of my friends, and they grabbed the hoodie and they like put it over, and then when it reached like my feet, they pulled the hoodie so I fell all the way back. So it was like the same thing, but like, thank God I didn't break anything.
But instead of them doing it with their legs, it was with the hoodie.
2 students from Spain doing it on their friend went viral on social media platforms like TikTok, prompting countless imitators to try and recreate its success. And, as you might imagine, the results were disastrous. With Parker being one of the lucky ones for walking away with just a fractured arm. Many others were knocked unconscious by the impact, suffered from severe concussions, and some even needed multiple stitches across their skull and face. The most devastating of these incidents happened on January 24, 2020 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, when a group of 7th graders attempted the challenge in school. Unfortunately, the victim fell way too hard on their head, causing them to lose consciousness and have a seizure. He luckily survived the incident and eventually recovered without any permanent head trauma. However, his initial condition was bad enough that authorities arrested the other 2 13-year-old boys. They were charged with 3rd-degree aggravated assault and 3rd-degree endangering an injured victim since the harm they caused was mostly intentional. Now, I wasn't able to find any reports on whether the charges were dropped or not, but even if they were, being arrested for attempting a dangerous internet challenge goes to show just how dangerous it can be. TikTok also stepped in and banned all videos of this challenge on their platform.
Thank God.
Unfortunately, once something is on the internet, it never truly goes away. As evident from 2 girls finding videos of the Skullbreaker challenge, attempting it on one of their classmates, injuring them, and getting charged for it in November.
Realistically, think about this, right? Like, I'm gonna sound like such a nerd, right? But if somebody does this to you, right?
Goes away.
What are you gonna do? Realistically, they sweep your feet while you're in the air. You go backwards. Think about it. You can only try to
Pretty
stop
much
yourself.
the only thing you could do is like catch your landing.
Yeah, but like human
like,
reaction time only
react.
could be. Yeah, you know, most people are not trained super soldiers. We can't do that. I don't think I would be able to. No.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. Even me, like when they did the hoodie thing, like I completely fell. I couldn't catch myself. Nothing. I just fell straight to the floor.
As evident from 2 girls finding videos of the Skullbreaker challenge, attempting it on one of their classmates, injuring them, and getting charged for it in November 2022, more than 2.5 years after the original fad ended.
Hi, what's up everybody? I'm so sorry I cut the video like that, but it's a 30-minute video. If you want to watch it, please click on part 2. But yeah, I very much appreciate you for watching and take care. Again, I'm sorry about the cut. Oh yeah, I forgot.